Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a short introduction of some important functions of your brand new Fujifilm X100F. If you have still any open questions, please feel free to state a comment below. This will be not a review about the Fujifilm X100F, it's more a user guide to start with some important things that you might require if you are new with the Fujifilm X100F. Enjoy, and if you have any questions, as always, please state a comment below. Let's assume you would like to choose 100th of a second or 160th of a second instead of taking photos with 125th of a second or a 250th of a second. What you require to do is, if you would like to change from 125 to 160, just use that dial at your thumb. As you can see, if I do this now, nothing happens, it's just the LCD screen. Once I hit view mode, I can switch from the optical to the electronic viewfinder by just looking in here. If I hit that button again, it says eye sensor, so once you're getting closer, it deactivates the screen and you'll be able to look through your optical or your electronic viewfinder. If you hit that again, the screen is off and I want to have now LCD only. So just hit that view mode again. To change the size of your focus point, just push the joystick once, then the focus point will turn green, and use that dial up here to make the focus point bigger or smaller. And if you would like to set the focus point to a different location, just use the controller. A question that's been asked quite a few times is how to get from the photo mode into the video mode. Super easy, just hit the drive button, step down, and there's the movie mode. Hit the menu and OK button once to select that mode. At the moment we're recording then a video in full HD with 50 frames per second. The memory is still over 99 minutes and 59 seconds, ISO, shutter and aperture, and the battery level. To start a video, push the shutter release button and you can see the maximum recording time 14 minutes 30 seconds in full HD with 50 frames per second. Hit the shutter release button again and to stop the video. Let's have a look on the movie settings. So if you would like to record your videos in 720p instead of full HD with 50 frames per second, go to the camera symbol, movie mode, and from there on you'll be able to choose between 1080p with 60 frames per second, 50 frames and so on and so on. You can also record with 24 frames per second, 720p with 60 frames per second. There's nothing lower. And there's no option to choose 4K. So the maximum is 1080p with 60 frames per second. If you would like to take a panorama photo, as simple as taking a video, just hit the drive button once again, step down, and there you can see is the advanced mode. And in here you have the panorama function and what's the other one called? Multiple exposure. I guess that's HDR. If you would like to change the format of the photo itself, what do I mean with that? Like if it's 16:9, 3:2, or 4:3, easy, just hit the quick button here, step to 3:2 and use the shutter control switch to select the photo you want. So the format I'm talking about. Next to that is the file type. So in this case, we are taking a photo in RAW and fine. You can use the dial up here to select normal, fine only, RAW only, but I'll keep it to fine plus RAW. If you would like to change the white balance of your camera, super easy as everything on that camera. Just use the button here next to the drive, which is this one, that points to the right. And you can select here all types of white balance, up to you, and super easy to access. To use all the cool film presets of the Fujifilm X100F, just use this button here, push it, and then you can select the film simulation. To change the AF mode inside the Fujifilm X100F, use the button that points downwards. Then you have the single point, a zone, or white and tracking. It's daylight and you would like to take a video with a fast aperture. The ISO is down already and you will still are overexposed. Just use the integrated ND filter, hit the menu button, go to the third point, which is the camera down here. Then you can say it's page 1 of 2, go down to page 2 of 2 and select the ND filter. To change or to get rid of the shutter sound, go down, use the setup feature, go to sound setup, and from there on you'll be able to choose a shutter sound. For instance, I have several. I'll just keep it for sound 1, and of course you can change the volume as well. There's no example here, but I keep it now to 1. And that's it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it. That was a short crash course on some useful things that you might require as well taking photos with the Fujifilm X100F. If you have still any open questions, please feel free to state a comment below. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Tschüss aus Frankfurt.